He is Ian Page. I am Jason Jackson. We host this particular program. It's called In the Back. What happened already?
Well, every time you record something, there's this bar that goes up, something recording and okay, it's all in the way of everything.
Okay, so you got that out of the way?
So if there's going to be an update, why don't they fix that and update that and remove that?
You are right now going top turnbuckle on the people at Zoom Communications. Is that what you're doing?
How much money do they have? They can't figure that out. It's kind of like
monthly. They get $16 from me, so there is that. I mean, so multiply that like, over 1 million times.
It's even like the Windows. The guy, the mom of the Windows, said, "Why? You guys are so smart and have all this money. Okay, why do I have to go and hit the start to turn it off? It makes 0 sense.
The start to end it. There it is.
It makes no sense." She's right.
I haven't asked in a couple of weeks, and I hope you forgive me. You know I love you deeply, like a brother who I'd never had, but a friend that I've had for 30 years. How's your shoulder?
Yeah, shoulder. It's better. It's better. So I can, I can't golf yet, but I can.
Come on, man. Could you have come to Naples? Could you have come?
Oh, I could have. I got cleared to hit wedges.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, hey, I can do this now. I mean, I got clicking and stuff, but yeah, I can grab the coffee cup now. I can open the car door. I can grab the orange juice. I can put my coat on. Reach behind me. So
there's a lot of stuff going on there.
So I've come a long way. I got to take the small wins. I got 4 to 6 more weeks before I can hit driver. So all I want to do is play golf, man.
There are a lot of in the bag fans who are intimately in our space, and so they know this story. But the story's not for them; it's for the newbies that don't know how we get down. For the majority of the last 25, nearly 30 years, we have taken time each winter to play golf together. You and me, John Butcher Gross. And then there's, other people find their way into this glory, which is what it is. I mean, am I lying? I mean, do we do it different? I mean, we do it in a way that is just delicious and unique.
There's
so much laughter. Yeah. Oh my God, diaphragms that just hurt. And we're not talking about, by the way, we're not talking about birth control. We're talking about our actual diaphragm underneath our lungs, just sore from laughing for 3-4 days together. Copious amounts of Camus. There's usually a great steak meal. Cigars are had. It's a beautiful time. And your body has negated your participation this year.
I can't make it this year. Last year I had surgery on my finger. This year, I mean, I could have come down, but I couldn't have played. I could have hit wedges, you know. But at that point, I would have been tempted. And, my doctor and physical therapist like, hey, don't push it, because then you're just going to have a setback, and then you're going to be delayed and all this shit. So
6-7 years from now, we'll be doing this like 4 times a year, because we'll all be retired and do whatever the hell we want. We won't have kids in college.
By then, man.
Come on, you'll be the bionic man at that point. Ian, do you mind if we go ahead and get up on the box? Can we play forward this week? We don't have a guest, so we can go ahead and zoom around this 18 holes of ours.
I'm all for playing fast, so let's go.
Time to tee off, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Page on the tee. Our first headline, you're going to love this one, Ian Page. I've been so crafty. I should have worked for the New York Post in my lifetime, because I work out these headlines. Our first headline, who's your daddy? Morikawa wins Pebble Beach's first PGA Tour victory since 2023. Colin Morikawa went 45 starts over more than 2 years, finally winning again on the PGA Tour. And it feels good, because there's so many aspects of life that are combined in this situation. But anyway, I guess we can go to the final hole on Sunday at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. He kept his poise. He hit a 4-iron and made a birdie for the one-shot victory. That's how if you're going to do it, that's how you do it, IP.
I didn't see it, so I don't know. But yeah, I guess he hung on. There was a bunch of guys up there, I think, at the end. I don't know how these scores.
They hit them low, dog. I mean, not low, just low from scores. They were wind cheating out there, man.
Yeah, but the wind couldn't have been what they thought, because there were 63, 64. There's no way the wind was what they thought, because there's so many low scores I saw online.
It was double digit, but it wasn't like the 35 mile per hour stuff. Maybe some gusts.
Yeah, because there's no way you're shooting those numbers with that kind of wind. But anyway, good for him. It's been a while. He's been through a bunch of caddies. He's had some problems.
He's been blaming it all on everybody.
Challenges.
Else, is that what you're saying?
Well, he's just, he doesn't hit it that far. So he went through some stuff, and, he won those 2 majors because he can hit it close with a 6-iron. But, the game, he doesn't have the length that this game requires. So good for him.
The Cal alum won for the 7th time on the PGA Tour since turning pro back in 2019 at Pebble Beach. And by the way, winning at Pebble moves him back into the top 10 in the world. And if I'm not mistaken, he's about to become a father. So this is all rolling out nicely. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. But
don't you dare say you don't care. I don't
really care that much.
Oh my God,
I
Ian.
especially don't care because it pales in comparison to the other winner this week. The only winner we should really be talking about.
Well, take over right now. Who is it that you're referring to?
AK.
Well, then let's get to that. It's the next headline. Well, that should have been the first headline.
It should have been. Yeah.
We committed on this program. Live can kiss ass, and we're still gonna. The only reason I put it up here because of the incredible nature of the images and dynamics and the story behind Anthony Kim. I'm sorry, I created a great headline for this. Dirty Dozen is done for Anthony Kim as he wins for the first time since 2010. Most of us know the Anthony Kim story. If you watch In the Bag because you love us and not golf, on Sunday. He had his first victory in nearly 16 years, capping a remarkable comeback, a closing 63 to win by 3. Kim stepped away over a dozen years ago, hence my headline, from competitive golf. He struggled with drugs, and struggled with alcohol. He needed to play in a qualifying tournament, Ian, last month just to get another season on the Live Tour, and this is how you, as we say in golf, validate that particular scenario.
Because he was relegated from Live, but the big story here is, I mean, outside of the golf, the fact that this guy, was a one of one, had the talent that only a handful of people ever had, and not only he didn't just disappear from the game, where like a lot of guys, and again, I don't even think the Graham was around when he last won, but. Remember, with him, it was this mystery where, this dude he was a ghost. No one saw him for like 7 years. I mean, nobody.
Just gone.
And
we knew, but there were whispers about the
well, there were whispers, but again, there wasn't like, oh, there he is at a Mavs game, or oh, there he is at the Masters. He was just, no one ever saw him, and so he disappeared. Had a lot of substance abuse issues and some mental health issues, but to come back, well, look, we all love a redemption story, and if you can't get with this story, then I don't like you because you're not a good human being. So this is about human beings being resilient and overcoming the odds, never giving up, and showing you can do it. And I'm happy for him. So whether you're a fan of Live or golf or not,
let that
this is a human interest personal story that you have to fall in love with, and good for him and good for his family, and just look, I never thought he'd win again. I mean, the guy had all the talent in the world, but he did go up against Rahm and DeChambeau, and he shot 63 with no bogeys to win. I didn't see that coming, so good for him.
And by the way, we've heard these stories about guys who, it's not always this dramatic, right? But sometimes in their 40s, they find a different layer of their game, and for a 3, 4, maybe 5-year period, start playing some of their best golf.
True. And with what he had done, you just didn't see him going toe to toe. I didn't see it because of the time difference. I don't know. I think DeChambeau shot 2 over. Rahm was 1 under, so I don't know if they were kind of going at it for a few holes or what. But yeah, I mean, look, 15 years ago, he was probably the second best player to play golf. I mean, dude, that's how good he was. He just threw a lot of, and again,
and he surged energy, right? That was the other thing. He surged energy.
He was. Yeah, exactly. He was kind of up there, hyped. He was into hip hop. I knew it was one of his old caddies, Bambi. He was this kid. He was straight gangster. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. He was gangster. And he went away.
In every way, by the way.
He went way away. And so he back in a big way. I mean, shooting 63 to beat Rahm and DeChambeau in an event. I don't care what event it is. That's impressive, especially after what he had been through. It's kind of like, there's no question that was all about redemption. So
it's a beautiful story. Next headline is back that thing up. Justin Thomas cleared by doctors, baby. I love these headlines I'm writing. The 2-time major champion has been cleared to resume all golf activity, a little faster than you, Ian, by the way, even though he has it back. Plans to return to the PGA Tour once he builds up his strength and stamina. The 16-time winner had a microdiscectomy on his back. Ugh, the hard pass. Let's do some rehab. That's just me talking. That was not the story. That was mid-November to correct the disc problem, causing him nagging hip pain for a few months. So he had to shut it down. He had to get to this, and he once told Ian that he could get out for the Florida swing. I'm not sure that he'll be able to get that done, but you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. You know what I mean? Rehab is something else. He's still young-ish, so
maybe the Masters.
I think
the
he'll
Masters
be fine, but
yeah,
you know, we'll see. He'll be back when he's back. I know that. So, you know, that's
when we see him, he's back. Next headline.
News flash.
Yeah. The timeline feels like
right. I mean, exactly. We just don't know, you know, and quite frankly, nobody really cares.
Oh my God. Oh,
I mean, it's just the tour.
You know how to drop it, dog.
I mean,
you know how to drop it. That one was some bass in your voice on that one, by the way. Next headline. 4 is enough. Ian, you and I talked about this a little bit last week. Your boy Chambly got everybody all fired up. I called him Chambly last week. What was that all about? By the way, Chambly.
You know.
Exactly. He got everybody all upset, all fired up with his view of the Players' Championship being the 5th major. And listen, the LPGA has 5 majors. That's fine for the ladies. But Rory says, while the Players' Championship is amazing, 4 majors is plenty. He was talking to reporters on Tuesday in front of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. And he was asked about where it stacks up against the Masters, PGA Championship, US Open, and the Open Championship, and said, quote, look, sounds like you right there. Look, I'd love to have 7 majors instead of 5. That sounds great. I think the Players is one of the best golf tournaments in the world. I don't think anyone disputes or argues that. I think from a player's perspective, it's amazing. I think from an on-site fan experience, it's amazing. It's an amazing course, location, venue. But I'm a tradition. I'm a historian of the game. We have 4 major championships. You know, if you want to see what 5 major championships look like, look at the women's game. Damn. I don't know how well that's gone for them. So I don't know if Rory had to catch it. Why did the LPGA have to catch a stray?
Well, I mean, he's just telling it like it is, man.
Yeah.
You know, keeping it real. You got to. I think
no wonder you love Rory. Yeah.
I mean, I love Rory, and
I know you do.
I don't love Brandon. These people that just yell. Volume is not leadership. We got to get through the noise. We got these people that all they do is yell, and the algorithm rewards that nonsense. And I'm sick of it. Okay, so I got Stephen A. Smith telling me he's going to run for president. Shut up. I got the pizza guy yelling with his beard, and everyone we have to talk about it. No, we don't. Ignore these people. That's all they want is you to, talk about them because they seek attention. And now they have a mic, so we got to listen to them. I don't, but it's it. So yeah, and that's all Brandel does is says stuff that he knows is ridiculous. But look at this. A week later, they're talking about it.
But at least he says it with a serious face, Ian. He says it as though it is like the most in-depth analysis ever.
You know what? The thing about all these people, if you just ignore them, it would go away. They would go away. Stop it.
Yeah, like a young toddler.
Hey, did you hear what Brandel said? You know what? Next question. No. Next question. Well, here's what Brandel said. Next question. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's the new move.
Yeah, you stop moving it. Anyway. So yeah, well, there are 4 majors, and that's the way it is. Now, I think Rory would tell you, and all these guys would tell you, I think Rory would tell you that his career would not probably feel complete without a Players.
Right.
But it's not.
Because it's been there his entire career, right?
Right. And he's won.
And again, great tournament. Great venue.
Incredible.
Great field.
Depth of field, golf course. It's phenomenal. I mean, but yeah, it's not a major.
But you are what you are. Ian, have you hit?
I'm off the tee. Let's go.
Get off the damn tee.
Already.
Get off the tee. No guest this week. Spotlight is dim but that doesn't mean I don't want to talk about Jack's Fan Foundation, Ian Page.
Yeah, let's go.
You know the chief initiative. We call it Get There, a full cost of attendance bridge that focuses on identifying elite scholars right now, primarily in South Florida. Recently, somebody said we should do this nationwide. I said, are you going to hire the staff? We're doing what we can do right now. We make sure that they get to the university of their dreams by providing a 4-year transportation scholarship, which covers airfare, baggage fees, and ground transportation. The scholars did and do all the work. Jack's Fam Foundation. We just make sure that they get there. For more information, log on to jacksfamfoundation.com. Ian's face is on the masthead. It's a beautiful experience. All right, Ian, let's go. Last week we tried to hit one about 225, well, actually 425. That was ridiculous. Let's back it up a little bit.
Yeah, so well, my shoulder, I don't think I've probably lost a little club.
Your boy Goddard hit that thing about 380. Is that what it was? The other, so we can go.
You know,
on that round.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, I didn't see, but I know Minwoo Lee was up there. Let him cook, the chef. He cranks it up there around 192 ball speed. So anyway,
that gets after it right there. Our focus this week in Deep Drive, the topic I'm putting in front of you is I'm staking. Sometimes I ask you questions. I'm making a statement at this time, and it's not like I'm giving you something that's not already understood. Golf at the highest level is out of control. It's not affordable. The standard human being cannot endure this type of horse shittery. Okay. Did you send me the stuff from Jamie Kennedy? Did you send me that? Did you put that in the link?
I don't know.
This experience at Pebble Beach from April this year.
I know it's expensive, so it's
okay. So here it goes, dude. I'm gonna give it to you right now. This is April. This is this April coming up. Here's the pricing. To play Pebble Beach.
Probably peak season, yeah. So
dog, it's almost $1,100.
Yeah, that sounds about right, because you got to throw in the caddy and the blah blah and the $700 greens fee.
But by the way, the resort and non-resort, what you get if you stay at the resort there, right? The lodge, which we did,
right? Which we did, right?
That's not bragging. That's just true. That being the case, you just save cart fee. You're still paying $695. Ian, $695.
Let me tell you something, dog. People are paying it. Well, a lot of people will never pay it. You know what it costs to play Sawgrass?
No,
peak season. I mean, it might be $800-900 now. It's ridiculous. God, so this is what I'm saying. The whole thing's out of control.
$695 for the round cart fee. The cart fee $60, right? I'm not dragging a pull cart, right? But I'll get a single bag with the caddy. That's $160. Want a 4 caddy? Of course I do. I hit it everywhere. So that's another $55. And club rental, are you shitting me? There will be no club rental. Okay. I'm bringing my
Bring your own sticks.
Baby. We ain't doing it. But the club rental's $115. By the way, if you're playing Pebble Beach, you better bring your own shit. Why do you have me cussing? I haven't cussed in 7 episodes, and you got me out here cussing. This is infuriating.
Yeah, I mean,
Ian Page, we got to do something about it. There'll be people that never have the opportunity to go to that cathedral out there and enjoy themselves, which I guess is what's intended, by the way.
Exactly. They shouldn't be. Most people shouldn't be out there anyway. Right. They just be having a big problem, hacking it around for 7 hours, holding everybody up. Like when we got finished at 11.
Oh, it's
15 when we played, and that first tee, we're taking some pictures and talking. There's a backup like you wouldn't believe. So, because everyone wants to come out and play Pebble, which it's just like Bethpage Black, dog. I play there a lot, right? Everybody wants to play. It's a hard course, and guess what you do? You got people out there holding everybody up because it's hard. Anyway, but
can it be half that and still whittle out the?
Again, they're not going to make any money doing that, But you got Sawgrass now. You got Hilton Head's, you got the Waldorf story in Orlando is like $325 in peak season. So stuff's ridiculous, man. But my thing is, if you don't want to do it, don't pay it. And if you can't play that good, definitely don't do that. You can go pay $50 and get all you need. You know what I'm saying? You don't need
Come on, man. Don't send me out to the cow pasture for $50.
You know what? That's where most people belong. So, like especially when they get out of Pebble, then they're going to be taking time. Then they're going to be taking all these pictures, and the backup becomes insane. So anyway, but it's expensive. I agree with you. It's actually, but you know what,
compensated individual, and that gives me pause, though.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be doing that. I'm not doing that, and I love golf.
We know people. We don't have to do it.
Exactly, but even if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing that because that's too much. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? Look, everything's out of control. You know, we got 8-year car loans now, right? Used cars are 40 grand. Everything's insane. How's this affordability working out for you? You know, with Donald Trump.
Well, that's
So
what
yeah,
they voted for, buddy.
it's
The eggs are
crazy.
going down. The eggs are going down.
Yeah.
I sat at a car pump since you started us down this tributary. $4 a gallon, right? And I paid 5 before, but that was insane. We were in the battle, right?
Yeah, during anyway. So, but yeah.
But the point is, it ain't getting more affordable. Golf is not affordable at the highest level. Of course, you can find the Muni in your neighborhood, or
there's a lot of good
dog track down the street you want to go play. But some cities take good care of their stuff, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, West Palm's got a new one called the Park. And there's, you know what, there's a lot of great ones. There's one near me in Neshannock, which is about an hour from me. Phenomenal golf course. They have the New Jersey State Amateur there.
How much is that new patch going to cost? The patch over there next to Augusta. That thing.
I don't know about that, but you can find good courses like Rutgers. If I'm going up that way, Rutgers is $40 to walk. It's one of the best courses you'll ever play.
Shout out to Corey Kozak.
Did he go to Rutgers?
He did.
Did he really?
One of our old youth from ESPN.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
But you got there's another course down to you. But anyway, and Orlando has some good publics. There's always good ones.
There's some in Miami. There's some good public
that you can
courses.
find.
I love Miami Beach.
And for me, I'm talking $75-$80, and you get as good as it gets. You know, some of these things, and and people can come at me because I'm gonna tell you right now, Pebble's overrated. Come at me. It's overrated.
I'm not agreeing with you. I'm not
for $1,100.
Well, for $1,100,
I'm telling you, it's overrated. I mean,
and I would say it's the second best course over there.
Again, I don't care about rankings. I mean, I'm just telling you right now. You've been there, but you're hear me out. Okay, number 1, number 2. Okay, those are pedestrian holes that ain't nothing. You ain't ever gonna remember those holes. When you get to those ocean holes, I'll give it to you. And the only reason that you're going to remember it is because they're iconically on the ocean. Then when you turn back and you hit 11, okay, that straight up pedestrian par 4, and then the long par 3, and then 2 par 4s. Let me tell you something. Those holes, you won't
what about
remember.
when Jim Nantz comes down and gives commentary on your shot, Ian, from his backyard?
Look, I'm just telling you, there are 6 or 7 holes there that if you don't have the ocean, you're like, I don't remember those holes. And I'm not saying that, where the ocean meets the land is beautiful, but if it weren't for that, kind of like Torrey Pines, and I'm not saying it's not a good course, I'm just saying it's overrated. It's held in this, oh my God, cathedral esteem, and you get there, it's okay, but the weather's not great like a lot of times. So I'm just saying it ain't what people think. So for $1,200, make sure you think it, and don't go out there and shoot 120 and pay $1,200 and do that. Anyway, so go to your.
Always love when Ian Page puts one leg up and treats the Monterey Peninsula like a fire hydrant.
It's not. I didn't say that. It's just, and I'm not saying don't go. I'm just saying
you have to.
You might be a little disappointed. That's all I'm saying.
That's all right, and bring all your money. Okay, you might want to cash in a CD.
Because we haven't even talked about what the pro shop merch, what the merch is going to run you.
Because you're going to merch it out.
Yeah,
and you want to stay at the lodge.
To the tap room, and you're going to drink and eat, and so you might as well bring $5,000. Okay.
Another stinger on the deep drive here in the bag. Can we go to the range now?
Yeah, man, let's go.
I love when we go to the range.
I wish I could hit balls off of grass. I can't hit off of mats.
This is for anyone new to In the Bag, where the hell you been? Also, this is when we dive and geek out on equipment and things in the equipment news. And on the eve of defending his title at AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, Rory McIlroy had a apparently brief experiment with more forgiving irons has come to a close.
Yeah.
he's wrapped it up. He's making another change again here. Ian confirmed that he has returned to his TaylorMade. By the way, TaylorMade, get at us. Okay, we're out here like with a sandwich board and a bell out here for TaylorMade on In the Bag. But his proto irons, that blade style set he has played for most of his career, after testing the cavity back option late last season and into early 2026, something that, more J-Jack style, right? I need a little forgiveness.
Right, yeah, not quite J-Jack style, but he had a little.
What are you trying to say, dog?
I'm just saying.
I'm not out there hitting pacifiers.
He had a little help, but yeah, not a shovel, but yeah, he had a little help. Now he said they had a right bias. He would make a swing and he felt that
That was so intense. Yeah.
it would just drop off to the right a little
Funny
bit.
listen to him talk to it.
And again, is that in his mind? Or I mean, it probably went right. But if the ball's going right, that means the face is a little bit open. So shut the face.
Yeah. Don't blame the manufacturing.
Right.
But he's back to
the weight's probably a little differently been used. So but yeah, I mean, I was surprised that he went, a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned it. I was surprised that he went to this little cavity and said, hey, if there's some help, I'll take it.
It was his 5 to his 9 iron, right? Those were
which okay. So, and I'm sure he'll go to that eventually in a few years, but kind of like Tiger, he's still, that's why I was saying his age. He's probably still got a couple more years where.
That's a pretty club, by the way, though.
It is. But you know what, man? I can't even think of anybody else on tour that uses blades anymore. I don't think anyone else uses it. It's amazing. No one uses blades anymore. Very, very few. I mean, Roars is one of them. And I mean, I'm a equipment geek and I can't think of one that uses them now. They're all.
If you can get a little help, why wouldn't you?
Absolutely, exactly.
But again, it's about
the game's hard enough that look, because now we can get these clubs that look like blades, but they've got a lot of tech in there. They're just hidden and they're still thin and small, and you can work it. So, right, why wouldn't you take the help?
Give me the forgiveness. My very slight mishits, Ian. I have very slight mishits, so I can take whatever I need. So was this really? So let's get to the nitty gritty. You always kind of sift through the BS. Was this being a good TaylorMade pro?
Oh,
is that what he really did? He sold.
No, because these are.
Sexy P7 CBs.
Right, because they're still his, clubs. They're just made for him, and the cavity back are good. And TaylorMade makes the P790 is a great.
That P7 dog, but this P7 CB is sexual. Look at that thing.
Yeah, they make some good. I mean,
put that up there, Matty.
The thing now,
Matty Shoes. Give me the look at that beautiful blade.
All of these,
not a blade though. It's
manufacturers now make really good clubs and really good balls. But so you have to find out what works for you. Now for Rory, it doesn't really matter. He can detect the little nuances. But yeah, I think I was surprised he went away from the blade just because he's a top player in the world, hits it in the middle, and with his speed. A lot of people, they need help in the 4 and 5 iron because they just don't have enough speed to launch the ball high enough to hit it. Right. So that's why people go to hybrids and fairway woods, because if you're not swinging at a speed that's, high enough, you're not going to be able to hit those clubs.
Whole nother thing when you're at the heights of the game, we're talking about knowing exactly where your ball is going to go.
Right. And we haven't even gotten into, that's a whole nother deep dive one day, is the loft jacking scenario, where lofts are, a 7 iron today is what a 5 iron was in terms of loft 20 years ago. But those guys can hit it that way. But most of us cannot, because now we don't have the loft. But they're getting a lot of technology to give you launch and spin. We can dive into that another time. But those guys, they just don't have an issue with speed. So they don't have an issue with elevating long irons or getting them to come down steep. They've got speed that we can only dream of. So, I mean.
Buddy, that's an excellent range session. I love the progression of our game. We get out, we tee off, we hit it deep, we work on the game a little bit after, and then we head to the 19th hole. Oh, you got to do it. That's where the fun is. Sometimes you get a little steak. Sometimes you just have a little libation, but we have 5 topics here in our little.
Well, if we're at Turnberry, it'll cost us $144 for a beer. So let's go.
We have to go back to these places someday.
I know, but I love Turnberry and Augie. I'm never ever going to have a beer there again.
Let's go. First topic. Nearly 4 million viewers for last week's coverage of the Waste Management Phoenix Open, peaked at nearly 5 million, most in 7 years, up 32%. Ian, is there something about that zaniness, that craziness, that you're going to have to capture in other places to have that type of number more often?
Yeah, I mean, the tour would love to get that. I was shocked at those numbers, just because, that's a big number for golf. That's a non-major, no question. So, and maybe it's the fact that it's Super Bowl, the zaniness and all of that, and good for golf, and I think you're right. We've talked about it. I think golf needs a little more of that. Don't go over the top, but we need a little more of that. We have to look at society. Society has changed. We live in the world of the gram and TikToks and all this stuff. So we can't have all the hush, hush, be quiet. We need a little energy and a little zip.
I don't need 5 tiers of grandstands. Okay, I don't need all that.
You know, well,
that can
right,
be
you know,
unique to
exactly.
TPC Scottsdale. Okay, I
And
can't
we
have
don't
that every week.
and we don't need it to be, let's say, a Georgia-Tennessee football game, but you know,
Right.
a little bit of something there's nothing wrong with that, you know.
Yeah.
And so I think, but I was surprised at that number. Maybe people were leading into the Super Bowl. The weather was bad on the East Coast. I mean, whatever it was, it's a big number for a non-major, no question about it.
Next topic, and I'll kind of keep you in the same area. What can golf take from the NFL business model? As we wrap up another season with 130 million people watching the Super Bowl, Rory was sitting up on the dossier there, the dais, if you will, giving us a thought about, well, listen, I didn't grow up with football, but I love the nuances of the game, and here's where the NFL has you. You gotta wait. They only have so much of the product they can give to you. Now, it feels like they're throwing it at us every day of the week. That's fine. But your team, the team you love, that team's only playing once every 7 days, minimally, unless they have that Sunday, Thursday dynamic. And that's where college football and the NFL have you. In a day and age where we get everything every damn second in this microwavable world of ours, you got to wait on your football team. And you get all crazy and you salivate and you're waiting. And some of that thought is going into golf. Maybe we play too much. Let's get this thing narrowed down and get each of our events have more meaning and more impact.
Yeah, that's definitely what your Roll App is going to try and do. It's going to be a change, you know, for the tour. You know, you're cutting back events, so that means the lower level guy gets squeezed out. He's already been squeezed out with these signature events and live. But what's being talked about, and I think what's going to happen is less events, and like you talked about, bigger names in these events, and they're going to go to bigger cities. They're going to go to Boston's and New York's, and you know they're going to, because that's where the media is, that's where people are, that's where people congregate. So not only would you maybe go to the golf tournament, but maybe you're going to go to a party that's around there in Chicago after. You know, you're going to do a whole kind of thing, and then maybe you buy into the whole thing a lot more. And so you're going to see them go to big markets. They're also going to try to compete in that window in the summer, you know, before the NFL starts and capture that, but not with these low-level tournaments that no one cares about. They're going to be hopefully bigger events with bigger names, and maybe you get that lightning in a bottle a few times and you start to catch on. So, but you know, as much as I think that's great, I just think that, as we know, and we love this game, but like hockey, you know, golf is a niche sport. It's always going to be a niche sport.
We never fight that. We just love it.
You're not going to have 100 million people watch it. And it's, you know, it's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. But I think some of those ideas are good. You need bigger cities. You need bigger events. You know, you can't have these small. You know, I hate to say it, but you can't have the John Deere on in the summer. No one's going to watch that. You know what I mean? There's nobody they know, and it's
the John Deere I want is cutting my
summer.
grass.
You got people playing golf at barbecues. You just nothing compelling about that's going to make you watch. So.
Next topic, IP, Charlie Woods.
I told you I'm not talking about this.
Florida State University. I'm not having you talk about him or it, or if he should be there, whatever it is. My question is he doomed? Did he not go far enough away? Did he? I mean, he's going right up the street. Now, daddy's coming, he's hanging out. The specter of his father's always, I mean, that's the first thing that popped in my mind. Bro, what? Come on, go out west, go to the Midwest.
I was shocked he didn't go to Stanford.
Stay down south if you want to. Just go to another state.
Yeah, well, you know, Florida's a big state, so he's up there. He's going to be up there in the Panhandle where my godson is. So it's
thank goodness Jordan is graduating.
It's a long ways, you know, from whatever Palm Beach. It's 8-9 hour drive. Probably got to be. Maybe more.
Take 2 off from me. It's 9 hours from me, so it's still 7 hours.
Yeah,
drive.
It's a big state.
For Dad. So, I think Pops might be gassing up the jet. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think Brooks Koepka had a little something to do with it. You know, Tigers friendly with Brooks. Brooks went to Florida State. They also got the kid to verbally commit, Miles Russell, who's a really
a little squad together.
Highly rated player. So, you know, right. Listen, I wish him all the best. I mean, I cannot imagine living under that spotlight and all those expectations, which are just unreachable.
Think about all of Jack's kids. Like, it barely, all the boys played.
Yeah, they did.
Not even touched the hem of Dad's
None
garment.
of them made it. Right. Gary, I think, played 1 year.
Played on tour? Yeah.
You know, 1 year and then lost his car. You know, and I mean, you talk about.
Then you get to play on the father's son, though, for the rest of your life.
Right. But, you know, that's what I try and tell people, to think about how these guys are one of ones, because when you're watching that event, you know, all those players, all those dads have all won majors, right? So they've won the highest level, and their kids are all good. They're all college or whatever, but the kids never make the tour. Not one of them has ever made it. And it's like, your dad can't get any better. He's won some majors, so it's just a hard thing. So I hope it works out for him. Have some fun, enjoy your life, man. You got no money worries. So yeah, hopefully you can team up.
Have fun in college.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank God his girlfriend's going to be, 7 hours away. He can
right.
Start over. Start over, big boy.
Exactly. So hopefully he can.
Long distance in college don't work.
Carve his own way.
Now, Charles.
Yeah, right. And don't even be worried about any of that stuff now. Right. You got, good Lord, have some
He still
fun.
has a senior year, by the way, of high school. So
I know. That's the other thing. Everyone
done.
thinks that, so that's what I'm saying. The poor kids lived under a microscope for so long, and the expectations and, anyway. So I wish him all the best. So, but, we'll see.
Next topic, Ian Page, I want to give Colin Morikawa some advice. He announced as he won Pebble Beach that his wife, Catherine, is pregnant. Will you please share with Colin the best thing about being a dad?
Well, I mean, there's a lot, but
there's so many, but the very best, top of your list.
Well, the best thing is, playing golf with your kids.
That's actually pretty good. As they get older, well, first, like just the introduction, right? Then there's the frustrations, and you got to figure out where to back off, and
right. Yeah,
they'll let you know. They'll let you know.
Right. And that was fun. And now it's so much
fun.
But
the camaraderie is next level, right?
Yeah,
is it not the best stuff?
Yeah, no question. I mean,
you've got to play with my kids. I've got to play with your kids, and even the cross pollination is wonderful.
Right.
And they also see a part of us because they have a view of us from when they were kids. And now they're like, oh my God.
Right.
Jax talks like that? Yes, I always have, just never around you.
Exactly.
My son's he's intense. Yeah, all the time. That's the way he is. He just didn't expose that to you when you were a child, but you're a grown ass man now.
That's right. So now it's time to let you in.
Come on, having a beer with him.
Right. It's the best. Yeah, it goes by, and I would tell them also to enjoy it because, as you can attest, it goes by fast. I mean, when they're young like that, it's like, oh my gosh, these days.
Oh, it feels like molasses those first 5 years, bro.
Oh my God, and then you look up and they're gone. So it goes fast, and so enjoy it because it goes all too fast. As mine are getting ready to, good Lord, finish college. So whereas when you're changing diapers and feeding it, feels like it never's going to end. And then you look up and, hey, Dad, can I have some money? I need the car. I got to do this.
I would say to Colin if he asked, and he hasn't, but I'm going to say it anyway, man. Enjoy the personality growth.
Yeah.
And don't think the person at 5 years old is going to be the same kid at 15 years old. My parents were blessed, all right? I've been the same since I was 16. I've tried to, just refine some things. But the confidence that they give them credit that they instilled, I never thought I couldn't do anything. I thought I could really master anything. I was pretty average at most things, but I did try a bunch of stuff and found my lane, right? And so watching both boys grow into men has been a delight. And that period from like the end of middle school into college and beyond, that period when you start hearing yourself come out of them, and the tools you put in the box have to be revealed, both good and bad, by the way. It's something else. I hope he enjoys that. Our celebration of Black History Month continues. We celebrate Black golf on In the Bag at all times. But I want to acknowledge Dr. George Franklin Grant, a Boston dentist and Harvard's first Black professor, invented the first wooden golf tee in 1899. Now, he had other things going on in his life, so he didn't put the proper paperwork together. And of course, like most things that Black folks did that were great, it was stolen and patented elsewhere. But in December 12th, 1899, he did have an original patent for the wooden cone-shaped design that we pretty much use today, and he just never marketed it. And but thank goodness, finally, what was the year? It wasn't really that long ago, IP, where the golf world acknowledged that he was the inventor. I'm trying to dig that up while we're talking, but it was like.
But that's, that's
like 1991. IP.
Yeah, well, that's Wendell's tournament, the original tee. That's what it is.
That's it.
It honors and signifies, Dr. Grant, and and a lot of people even that play there every year aren't aware of that, but that's how his tournament 26 years ago started, just to kind of pay homage to this guy who invented the golf team. No one knew it was a black guy,
100 years before the USGA acknowledged that he was the man to invent the tee. And it only took us 7 episodes. So think about that. That's it. That's the wonderful thing about In the Bag. We're going to get you there one way or another. Let's check the golf schedule before we get out of here. We got the Genesis Invitational. We're going back to Riviera. Nice to be able to do that.
Another signature event.
There it is. God, the money just keeps on rolling. And Ludwig Oldberg is the defending champion there. We'll see how he plays. The ladies are back, my man. They're in Thailand.
Yeah, okay.
They're in Bangkok.
Yeah, okay.
I just like, just like saying.
Yeah, I know, yeah, but
there you go. Shout out to our boy. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, exactly.
The old heads are off. No champions. And I was a week ahead last week. I always get excited about what's happening on the World Tour. Not necessarily the company that has the rights to the World Tour, but I do get excited about golf around the world. It's the magical Kenyan Open. Ian, come to the Kenyan Open, Ian.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic. Come on. Can we go to Africa for some golf, boy?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Willa way. That's it, buddy. We did a great job here on the program. Special thanks to Antoinette Andrews, who is avoiding traffic collisions while doing her job as our show coordinator in the mean streets of South Florida. What do we have? We have Maddie Shoes, who's enjoying the All-Star break away from South Florida, freezing in the Metroplex, who is our video producer, and our audio producer, Bryce Gelman, always freezing because he lives and works in the New York Metroplex. Jersey to the city and back to Jersey again. We appreciate and enjoy them all. He is Ian Page. I'm Jason Jackson. Thank you so much for joining us in the bag. And if you're at Calusa Pines this week, all right, or if you find yourself, where's that other place I'm going with Josh Lepo? Where's Lepo play? Let me look on my thing. I want to make sure everybody knows.
Is it called Old Sandwich or something?
Yeah, no, he's at Quail Creek Country Club.
Oh yeah, I played there years ago.
Yeah. If you're in any of these places, you better play fast. I'm up on you. I want half your ankle, sucker. Man.